This time on MTV, I've got most of his legs.
That means one of two.
They'd start running. It cost more than my meal, but I had to buy that sucker.
Remember LimeWire?
I was big on the Snoop D-O double G when I was a kid.
We're actually in Matthew chapter 4. I'm going to make you fisher of men.
He's always wanting to communicate.
Sometimes it's difficult to know if that's me or if that's coming from somewhere else.
God hadn't been pushing you in that direction, you'd have never done it.
Is this scripture in the Bible? It's like a chick under a hen.
Eagles eat what is, chickens eat what was.
Yeah, Audi. I'm going to go Audi.
Ornament, coal, star, chimney, tinsel. Which one of those is not in the Bible?
You know, tinsel's kind of funny.
I'm going to say chimney.
A silly word to be in the Bible.
Well, that was a good try, but...
Mike the Baptist. Hey, welcome to Mike the Baptist. I'm Mike the Baptist. Welcome back to Noah.
What's up?
Noah Layton is back.
I am back.
And good to have you back.
Hey, thanks for letting me come back.
You know, I was jockeying there for a little bit to get you back sooner because I mistakenly thought that we had lost an episode of yours that we recorded, but it was actually our buddy Israel.
Yeah.
So it's just
People
part of
have
the
been
confusion.
telling me that we look alike. I don't see it.
Somebody said that, ask if you were his son.
See, I like that.
You do?
Yeah, make him look
I don't think Israel liked it.
Yeah, he did.
Anyway, it's you here today. Glad you're back.
It's you here today.
And in case you're wondering, H.T.
I
Jones.
can confirm it's me.
Right.
H.T.'s back as well.
Hey.
Hey, H. Glad to have you. We are going to play Inny or Outty at the end of this, and I understand there might be a Christmas reference or
I
two.
think I have a Christmas in your Audi.
Yes, we are in the season, so that'll be appropriate. Front Porch, we're going to talk about Christmas stuff. Going to talk about toys we got when we were kids. That might be interesting. We'll see. And in the middle of the program, we're going to talk about some stuff we found in the Bible. What are we talking about today?
Hey, we're talking about Jesus when he called his disciples. I don't know if you're going to buzz us on that or not, but
No, not yet.
okay. So, yeah, Jesus calls his disciples.
Well,
Right.
but explain it when we get to that section.
you.
MikeTheBaptist.com. Comments at MikeTheBaptist.com. Email. Thanks for all the emails we've been getting. I'm stacking them up in the office back there, and we'll go through them after the first of the year. You know, we're really busy right now doing other things. So
We'll get to it.
yeah, we'll get to that.
I'm
But
going to print them out on my fax machine.
yes, send us some comments and et cetera, et cetera. And I think we've been asking for folks to send suggestions for front porch visits and in your Audis.
We need help on all the above.
We do need help on all the above. But anyway, before we do that, let's talk about stuff on the front porch. I didn't say that exactly right.
Like refrigerators.
Today on the front porch.
Like refrigerators in Arkansas.
Yeah. Today on the front porch, I thought it'd be fun to reminisce about when we were kids. I'll start. About things we got for Christmas. And, you know, I'll preface this all by saying, you remember that feeling you got when you were real little and you wake up and you go heading into the front room and you're all excited, you know, and you don't even know why sometimes. It's just that feeling. Okay, that didn't have anything to do with this, but I just thought I'd bring that up, kind of set up
That nostalgic feeling.
the feeling. Yeah. Of course, where I grew up, when I was real little, we had a wood stove. It was a warm morning wood stove. Remember those had a fan in
Was
them?
it a King wood stove?
Is that the same thing? It was
I don't know.
kind of a big brown box, and you
One
built a
table.
fire and had a blower.
Yep.
But anyway, they would shut that off when they went to bed at night and turn it down real low to save the fire. So back in the back of the house where my room was,
You were
it
frozen.
was cold.
Yep.
Anyway, so I can remember going up the hallway into that cold living room, and we had Mama would put up a tree with those big colored glass bulbs, and I can remember those presents in the tree. But now, I remember, I meant to bring it up here. I remember the year I got my blonde-haired G.I. Joe. That was a big deal because I knew some kids that had G.I. Joes, but I didn't have one. And then my brother and I both got one the same year. I meant to bring it up to the studio today and just dump it on the table because it's in pieces. You know, they're held together inside back in those days with strings attached to all the different legs and arms, and over time those strings just deteriorate. Anyway, he's down there. I've got most of his legs.
Most of his legs.
Yes.
That means one of two.
Exactly. I was when you think about that for a little bit. But anyway, I've got him down in
Your
box. But
blonde
I remember.
amputee G.I. Joe.
Well, when you said blonde, I was like, as opposed to what was like the blonde hair color? Was that like the special
Oh,
edition G.I.
well,
Joe?
No, he was a nicer looking G.I. Joe.
Okay.
My brother got the black hair G.I. Joe, and he was just mean looking. So anyway, yeah, they all had.
Did they have karate chop? Those were awesome.
I don't think when they started they had karate chop.
Yep.
What is that?
And then they came out with one year that had the fuzz,
Yeah.
a real hair and beard or something,
yep.
which
So
I thought was weird.
You can make them
Like he had a button in his back, and you push it, and he chops.
nice.
Oh no, I started off with the original.
Yeah.
It was just
You got to break his arm off.
yeah, you got to throw him or something. So I remember the year I got the electric football game.
Oh yes.
Did Noah? You probably have never experienced electric football.
Electric football.
Yes, you have HD.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure.
it's as big as this table.
Yes, it's a metal. It's a
Sheet
metal.
Like
metal-
a foosball table?
No, it's a sheet. It's a piece of sheet metal with four corners on it, and I guess like a stadium rail around it, and it looks like a football field. And you get all these little plastic running backs, receivers, tackles. You get the whole team. And back in my day, you got them white, and they had paint in the kit, and you painted your team. You know, if you wanted it to be the Chiefs, you painted it to the Chiefs. But underneath each player was a base, a little rectangular base, and a piece of felt under there. So you would set your play up on opposing teams, how you wanted the play to go, and then you would push the on button, and that sheet metal would go and start
And it would run the
vibrating.
play?
Yes.
Yeah, and so it would run the play, and it was, you can imagine the chaos. To pass, you had to put the little felt football in the quarterback's hand, which was drawn back, and then you pulled his arm back and just let go of the tension to throw it down the field. And if it hit your player, you go down, you put the football in his arm, and then you turn it back on. And
Are y'all messing with me?
No,
I am not.
This is a thing.
In fact, Noah, next episode, you're going to see an electric football game because I have one. I bought one a few years ago.
you would spend hours setting it up.
Oh, yes.
And like I was a Cowboys fan, and you'd set that bad boy up, and you'd put the numbers like when I got mine, I think you could buy them later with the teams
Decals.
that you wanted.
yeah.
But it had the numbers, and so you put and I had a Tony Dorsett, and you'd put this little foam ball in his arm, and you'd set all the players up. And then you turn, and that little rascal would turn around and run the wrong way.
Yeah,
and I'd just get ticked
it would
off.
it would be. It was really a frustrating thing
Yeah.
because it was hard to get them to.
But you'd spend hours setting that thing up, and then push that little vibrating button, and then they'd start running.
We're going
crazy.
to enlighten your world
I
here in a
cannot
little
wait
while.
to see that.
It's kind of amazing. Anyway, I got all excited about that and used a lot of time. But HD, do you have any memories of that don't
Can you
involve
still
me?
remember anything?
Right. I got shocked a lot with that game, and now I'm wondering why I don't have my short-term or long-term memory. So I had this one game, and it was called Bombs Away. And there was this huge disc, and then there was this arm that came up, and then this plane that was out over this disc, and this disc had holes in it, and you would put these bombs on the plane, and the disc would turn, and you'd look through this eyeglass, and you'd bring it back and forth, and when it was close to that bombs away, you'd pull a trigger, and it'd drop a bomb, and the goal was to get it in that hole.
Never heard of that.
Right? Yeah. Bombs away or shoots away, something like this. Probably shoots away. That's probably more.
Do you have one?
I do not have it still.
You need to reorder one because that was such a thrill to me to order that electric football
Oh,
game.
I bet.
It was like, this is going to be
So
fun.
Evil Knievel, a couple of years ago, Evil Knievel was being sold again in Cracker Barrel. I couldn't leave. It cost more than my meal, but I had to buy that sucker.
have Evil Knievel.
I did, because the Evil Knievel stunt bike, dude, was the thing.
Was it
that
a
the one where
retro, built like the old original?
Yes.
Is that the one where you gotta wind it
Oh
up?
no,
and
you
then
you wound it up
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
and that sucker would take off. He'd do wheelies and everything. It was a
Knievel.
lot of fun. Evil Knievel.
Okay, so Bombs Away and
Yep.
Evil Knievel.
Yep.
Noah?
So for me,
Yeah.
I think the most memorable Christmas present I ever got is when the first iPod came out.
Oh wow! See,
Do you have it?
I don't think I have the first, but
Come
how
on.
close is that?
All right. See, there was nothing cooler as a fifth grader.
How about that one?
All right.
hey, I had that one.
It's right here.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Okay, I think this is the one that I had.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah, I have this one. There was nothing cooler than going on
having an iPod.
LimeWire. You remember LimeWire?
I remember hearing about it.
Okay, maybe you weren't as unsanctified as me, but it's basically this place where you could illegally download music.
Oh, no.
Oh,
and
no,
put it
no.
on your iPod.
No, I would
there
never
was
do something
nothing
like that.
better than doing that as a kid with your new iPod.
Really? So how old were you when you got your first?
So probably 10.
Really?
Yeah, I could work the internet back then.
Can you tell us what you downloaded on it?
Oh, everything. Like,
A few examples.
oh, Snoop Dogg. I was big. I was big on the Snoop Double G when I was a kid. I liked some of the old country,
Huh, really?
like George Jones.
Oh
and
wow.
stuff like
Charlie
that.
Pride.
And then I was big into rap as a kid though. So Snoop Dogg, NWA, all of those '90s gangster rap is what I was listening to as a kid.
Nice. You need to talk to Jason. Jason knows some things that we don't know.
Oh,
about.
his is all like throat grinding metal stuff.
Oh yeah. What's that angry music they do?
Yeah. That they, I don't even.
My
know.
dad calls it killing puppies music. Just
So the iPod, that's what stood out in your.
yeah, I mean, before they had the MP3 player, but that wasn't as cool as the iPod.
Right.
And I think your MP3 player, you could only have like 100 songs on it at once.
I have one of those
iPod.
here somewhere.
Do you really?
Yes, I recently above the studio here is a attic, and it had 60-something plastic tubs full of things from over the years I've kept, and I recently brought every one of them down, cleaned that attic out, and went through everything. Those iPods showed up. I've got a half a dozen old cell phones, and I mean old cell phones, including the one that looks like it's in a little suitcase.
Yeah.
But anyway, those were up
the
there.
iPod was the Christmas present that I confess here that I snuck the night before under the tree.
Oh, and you saw.
And peeled it back to see what I got. Yeah, I did that a couple
That was a
times.
long night, wasn't it, having to wait?
Yeah. But I don't. It kind of made it worse. Like open it up because then you got to like act to your parents like
Yes.
you're surprised. Oh my gosh, they knew.
That's hard to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they knew.
iPod, no other. I mean, we each had a couple. You not remember another toy?
I think as a kid, especially in the South, you remember the first shotgun you get.
Oh,
410
yes.
shotgun. I think I was probably 12 is when I got my first shotgun.
Nice.
That was one that was really. Did y'all get? Do you remember getting your first gun?
Oh yeah.
It was just always at the house. I don't.
What did you get? What did you get? So I got a 410.
Oh,
22.
You got a 22. Yeah.
first, well, not that BB gun right up there is the one.
That's
not
a
up there.
guitar.
Oh, it's over there. That's my BB gun. That thing's 50-something years old. But yes, so you got a 410, and I got a BB gun.
Yeah, that sounds
Well,
right.
I just established that I was listening to Snoop Dogg at 10, so I was a little wilder. Maybe I was young, maybe than you were.
That's interesting. I guess that's it. Nice front porch visit.
Yep.
That was fun. We'll come back and talk about some stuff we found in the Bible. Are you tired of blending in with the crowd? Do you want to make a statement that says, I love baptisms and fashion? Then visit MikeTheBaptist.com today and order an MTB t-shirt or hoodie just in time for spring. MTB gear isn't just a t-shirt, it's a movement, literally. You'll be moving through life this spring and summer with a new confidence, a new style, and the occasional confused look from strangers. Mike the Baptist shirts, hoodies, and onesies come in all sizes. Yes, even baby-sized, because who says baby can't preach? MTB gear will give you the confidence to stand out in a crowd or a baptismal pool in colors as bold as your beliefs and sizes as big as your faith. What are you waiting for? Stand out. Be bold. Order online now at MikeTheBaptist.com/merchandise. Get your holy swag on now at MikeTheBaptist.com/merchandise. Not responsible for extreme amounts of attention or spontaneous moments of self-confidence. Hey, Noah, tell me something neat about the Bible.
God's word.
3 years with all of us trying to pontificate on finding something neat about the Bible, and Noah walks in here and nails it in
Right.
a couple words.
Well, hey, one thing that is cool, though, is around Christmas time, did you know that more people read the Bible in the month of December than any other month except one? Can you guess which other month it is?
January.
January.
I wasn't going to guess. I didn't have a clue. Why January?
New Year. It's
New
like
Year's
Oh,
resolution.
they're
Yeah,
starting.
New Year's
Got
resolution.
It. That makes sense.
It's like sitting next to Riccardi.
It
He
is
looks-
a lot.
He looks like Israel, but talks like Ricardi.
We got a kind of a combo with them. Interesting. I did not know that about the month of December.
Yep.
Interesting.
Well, you got to think how often even unchurched people still want to read the Christmas story to.
Right.
Well, if you watch if you watch
Right.
Charlie Brown Christmas Story, and Linus gets up there and just
Yeah, he starts reading it.
he does it. Yeah.
I guess that would pique a few people's interest, and they would try to dig a little deeper. Huh. Interesting. Hey, Steve, what are we talking about this week?
Well, hey, we're going to dig a little deeper. We're actually in Matthew chapter 4, and kind of beginning Jesus' public ministry. And one of the very first things is that he goes to these two sets of brothers that were fishermen and tells them, you come follow me and I'm going to make you fisher of men. So totally changed their life. And so I thought it'd be kind of cool just to, throw around the table here and say, where have you sensed God calling you or leading you, and how has that kind of changed your world a little bit?
No, I believe he asked you a question. I wasn't quite ready yet.
Well, I think when we talk about this term, God calling us, yeah,
Explain that.
one thing that I think is important for us to remember is that God is always speaking to His people. We're just not always listening.
What does that mean? Speaking to his people. Because I hear that in church a lot, too.
Yeah, so when you hear me say God speaking to His people, I don't necessarily mean His audible voice, raining out from the clouds, but through His Word, through other people, through His Spirit that He's indwelled us with. He's always wanting to communicate, I think, two things always to His people. One is a deeper relationship with Him. I was on a Zoom call this morning and we were talking about the primary call of God on all of our lives before we do anything for Him is just to know Him better. And so that's one thing that I would say for all of us that God wants to speak to us is, hey, I want to know you and I want you to know me better. But secondly, it gets a little bit more personal. And for me right now, God has revealed to me, my wife, and some of our ministry team that He's told us to go start a church. And so that's like something that is at the forefront of my mind when I think about something God has called me to. What about you?
That's a big question. There are a lot of things that go through my mind, so sometimes it's difficult to know if that's me or if that's coming from somewhere else. And sometimes I don't know.
Yeah.
But you know what I've learned? Noah and HD. It doesn't hurt to try.
Right.
Yeah.
Seems like God gives you the freedom to try things as long as it's not, within the boundaries of kind of what He may have laid out there. So I don't necessarily know. What was the question about when times you've known where He was kind of...
Yeah, where He was kind of leading you or calling you to be a part of something different than what you were currently doing?
Most of the things that I do are different than what I thought I was going to be doing.
Right.
just about everything. But I do look back on my life and can see where things that I did set me up to do things that I would wind up doing. I mean,
so it wasn't necessarily a waste of time. It's been kind of a process.
No, I don't think that way. I don't look back too much.
For either one of you, is there a time that sticks out to you where you felt God was calling you to do something that made no sense and was just way out of left field? Because that's what's going on in my life right now.
Yeah.
So when is a time that you felt God speaking to you and you're like, God, no, like either this messes up my plan or this makes no sense or you got the wrong guy?
Honestly, I don't think I've ever heard that.
Okay.
Where He's presented something to me that's just... I think it may be because I'm already in left field a lot.
Crazy ideas don't bother Him.
Yeah, I mean, so... no. I think, I will say, though, I think opportunities have come before me over the years. I never would have pictured myself being involved with a church the way I am. way back when, and I've kind of folded into this church I go to over 30 years, kind of deeply in a way that I never would have imagined before. That was not me. So I don't ever remember him actually speaking to me, telling me to do different things I've done there. But I can say that most of them felt natural. Even if they didn't at first, once they got started, they felt natural.
Yeah.
And I've always thought that he would not let you keep doing something, especially if his name's attached to it, if it wasn't suited to you to do. I say it again, Paul went the wrong way one time, and they wrote it in the Bible. I like that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, you even starting this podcast, I mean, that was something that was percolating in his mind, and I was already kind of thinking about it. And God has a way of working with, you think about the story we read today. Jesus walks up and looks at Andrew and Peter, and then he walks up and looks at James and John and says, "Come follow me." And then James and John are literally sitting in the boat with their dad repairing nets. Well, I mean, this was a family business lineage that was passed down from generation to generation. I don't think that was the first time that Jesus ever saw those two characters. And it's usually the way it is. It's like not the first time when God says, "Hey, Michael, I want you to do a podcast." You kind of have an idea, and then it just kind of begins to grow a little bit. For me, obviously, I was an accountant, and I struggled with this whole idea of being in full-time ministry. And people around me were saying, "Hey, should you think about this? And we see this in you." And I'm like, "Nope." But God has a way of being patient with us and kind of getting us where he wants us to go.
You just wind up there, sort of, don't you?
You do.
I mean,
you do. And you kind of, probably one of the best illustrations of that a few months ago, a buddy of mine came to church, Rob Blackaby, he's the president of the Canadian Baptist Theological Seminary, and he shared this story, and I was like, that is so true about how our life is. He was talking about a grandchild sitting in his lap, putting together a puzzle, and the kid really doesn't see the big picture, and they're trying to put the puzzles in pieces the wrong way, and you as an adult have to help them, and you kind of guide them, and like, oh, this is an edge piece, it needs to go, yes, and you almost even put it in for them, and they click it, and at the end of the puzzle, the kid pushes back and goes, "Look what I did."
Yeah.
And it's like, no, without me, you couldn't have done any of that. And that's really what I think, my life is. I'm pretty sure y'all's is too. We kind of want to give ourselves credit, but here's the reality. If God hadn't been pushing you in that direction and helping you fit that piece of the puzzle in, you'd have never done it. You'd have never got it done.
John Piper has this quote where he says, "God is always doing 10,000 things at once in our lives, and we're usually aware of about 3 of them."
Oh, yeah.
And even in the text that we're looking at today in Matthew 4, Jesus calls these two guys to leave the fishing business to follow him. But then immediately after they do so, or after he says, "Follow me," what does he say? "I will teach you to fish for men." And so a different type of ordeal, but he communicates it to them in a way and say, "Hey, I've already been preparing you for this before you even realized that you were doing it. You were fishing for fish. I'm just going to make you fish for people."
Do y'all think, this is outside the box a little bit, but I like to think that way sometimes. Do you think that he always steers you in certain directions? Or do you think that just the fact that you live out your life, you wind up in a situation where you have done some things that he didn't necessarily make you do, but you're set up to do something that presents
HT, why
itself?
don't we go ahead and get into predestination?
Right. Well,
I don't mind jumping in there. I love that conversation.
I was like, you don't even have a box in your life. What do you like to get out of the box? What are you talking about? I
feel like a wet cardboard box.
I do think we have to be careful by basically saying we're in control somehow, but we also have to be careful. Like, I know every sin that I've committed, God didn't want me to do that, God didn't teach me to do that, and he didn't push me to do that. I did that on my own. But because he's so much bigger than I am, he can use those things and make it for my good and use it for his glory. So my best illustration, again, you grow up in the fishing boat, you use fishing illustrations. I grew up on a farm, and there's never been a cow on our farm that wanted to go into a head holder. Never. But what'd we do? We got them in a big pen, and then we put them in a smaller pen, and then we got them into another pen, and then we pushed them into the barn. And then when you pushed them into the barn, there was a chute. And in that chute, literally, it's almost like a half tub, and there was a gate that swung around. And you had to get them to where they were now single file going down an alley. And then they would walk right to that head holder. And we was having to beat them, prod them, twist their tail, whatever we had to do.
Put a 2x4 behind them at the end.
So that they couldn't back up and all that stuff. But that cow, maybe in their mind may say, look, I came here because I wanted to. No, you didn't. And I think that's the way God has done me. It's like, yeah, he's given me some freedom and some flexibility to make choices. Mm-hmm. But he's also, while I've been making choices, he's always been squeezing me down to get me to do what he knows I'm gifted to do, made to do, and all that. And the sooner you give into that and start walking with him instead of fighting against him, I think it becomes a little bit easier.
And I would also, one of the things that I think that I've grown in is, and I've said this so many times too, but you've probably said it and heard people say, well, we'll just figure it all out about God when we get to heaven.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true. I think that we'll know more about God when we get to heaven, but I don't think that God, he is so vast that there are things about his nature that I don't think that humanity, even in its perfected state, will be able to comprehend because he's so much higher. Mm-hmm. I'll always walk through stuff like this with people, and I ask, do you believe, and I'll ask you guys, do you believe that God knows the day that you will die? Do you believe that he knows that day?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you think that anything can change that day? Or it's going to happen. God sees it. He knows it. It's going to happen.
Can I throw you a curve?
Throw me a curve.
I think he knows it because he's already seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I think C.S. Lewis kind of talked about his understanding this way, which helps me, having a crazy mind that's way out there a lot.
Yeah.
It helps me bring that back down where I can understand it.
Yeah.
So to me, that allows me to understand that I'm not a robot,
mm-hmm.
but God knows everything I've done, but it's because he's already seen it, as though it's already happened.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyway.
Let's say that day is 5 years from today.
Okay.
Can't change it. God's locked it in. You come back and you say, well, what if I starve myself? Well, you really just asked a stupid question. And this is what I mean by that, going through that illustration with people. Really, whether God is leading you or you did it, I mean, the question in the middle, that's really not for us to know. Like, the book of Deuteronomy says the secret things belong to the Lord. We will never be able to understand all the ways that God's sovereignty and our free will work together. But here's the reality. It's almost a question that we shouldn't even be asking because we're not supposed to know everything about God. If we could know everything about God, he wouldn't be God.
So it's always troubled me. And I used to teach an adult Sunday school class for 8 or 10 years. And it always surprised me how many people are really hung up on that. Mm-hmm. You bring up the word predestination, I'll buzz myself. A lot of people don't like that word. The reason you don't like that is because you have to think. And it's hard to think because you can't, like you said, I don't think we can ever come to a total understanding of how that works. But it always troubled me that so many people would get, they would get hung up on whether he made them do everything they did or whether they did it on their own. And it's just like you said, why would you really be that concerned about that?
Yeah. I mean, there's some people who, they want to convert you to their idea of predestination more than they want to convert you to Jesus. Like,
oh, yes.
Yeah, I know exactly those people that you're talking about.
Yeah, so anyway, what was your point?
My point is that when God leads us, that's his job.
Yeah.
It's our job to say yes where we think that he's leading us. And the middle ground of, did God make me do this, or was this, who deserved, well, God deserves the credit, some way in ways that we can understand. God led us every time to do his will and gave us the option.
Yes.
To do it.
Isn't that fascinating?
Yes. Yeah.
It's fascinating.
I don't know, but I'm okay not knowing.
Yeah. Well, they bring up McDonald's fast food lines nowadays, in these conversations about we're so programmed to want the answer right now that stuff like that we probably will never have the answer to. And it's interesting you said we may not even get that complete answer when we're there.
Maybe we will, maybe we won't.
I don't think we will either, because
I don't think it matters there either.
We're not designed to be a God.
Yeah.
And we're going to be in awe of him every day. There's going to be, go back to being a child, right? When you were a child, I knew my mom and dad paid the bills. I knew my mom and dad worked, but I didn't understand the depth of all that, right?
Right.
And, I don't think you're ever going to understand all the things of God. So,
what's the purpose of the whole conversation here?
the whole conversation was to talk about the Bible. We have done a good job. No, Matthew chapter 4, talking about how Jesus, he called those guys. He called people to be a part of his work, and he's still doing that today. And we want to just encourage people out there that this was not just for those original 12 guys, but this is God's calling is still for you to be the person God's created you to be, for his glory, for his good. Not for necessarily for you to be a billionaire or be the smartest person on the planet, but just to honor him by doing what you were designed to do.
Isn't it great that the way we all understand this is to be saved, you don't have to do all the things first. All you have to do is believe that he made you, that he created you.
Yep.
It's really that simple.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really that simple. Yeah. Is it not?
The good news of the Christmas story is that when we could not get to God, God was born into human flesh and came to us. And that's what's different about Christianity than any other religion. It's not that we have to do certain things to earn our standing with God. God humbled himself and was born into human nature and took the punishment that we deserved and lived a life that we should live. And now, if we accept that and believe in that, we can have a relationship with him.
Period.
Yeah.
Starts with the believing.
Yep.
And that's really not that hard to do. It seems like it's easier to do when you get to the end of your rope on some stuff.
Yep.
I heard one pastor say...
Present.
Yeah. I heard one pastor say that the day that we truly meet Jesus is when we come to the end of ourselves.
Yeah, I think he's correct. I think I can testify to that fact. Good talk. We get where you want to go?
That sounds great.
We land the plane?
Yes, sir.
The sleigh? It's Christmas season.
There you go.
Land the sleigh?
There you go.
Okay, let's come back after a little brief pause and play Inny or Outty.
Hey everybody, it's time to play America's almost favoriteest new game show, Inny or Outty, where we challenge our guests to figure out if a phrase we give them is actually in the Bible or out of the Bible. Sharpen your wits, guest. You're about to be in the hot seat of Bible stuff, because you're the next contestant on Inny or Outty. Here's Mike.
HD, why don't you present us with something for Inny or Outty, and we'll see if we can guess if it's in there or not.
I will do that. The holiday version of Inny or Outty.
Okay, all right.
Where you guys
We're ready.
are going to be given a question, and you determine whether it's in the Bible or not in the Bible.
Oh, that would be like an Inny or an Outty.
That's the way we play this thing. So,
Okay.
Christmas.
Got it in there.
Christmas things to consider.
Okay, Christmas things to consider.
Yep. Chimney.
Do you remember you remember on the old Johnny Carson show, Ed McMahon, sometimes Johnny would say, Christmas things to remember, and Ed would say, Christmas things to remember. And I think that was Karnak, when he would do Karnak
Oh,
or
gosh,
something.
Karnak was hilarious.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a long time ago, Noah. It used to be this show called The Tonight Show.
Back when
Where
we
we-
watched
where we-
TV.
Yes.
Back when we had vibrating football games.
Yes.
So
I'm
I'm
excited
going to give you 5 words.
5 words.
4 of them are in the Bible.
Okay.
1 of them is not in the Bible.
Okay. Noah, you're in charge of keeping up with what he just said,
All right.
because I'll get confused.
I knew it.
So, ornament, coal, star, chimney, tinsel.
Which one isn't in the Bible?
Which one of those is not in the Bible?
Mine.
Chimney.
Yeah, my initial gut reaction is chimney.
Ornament, coal, star, chimney, tinsel.
Tinsel's kind of funny.
Yeah.
It's just
Why is it funny?
Well, it's just funny, just the word.
Yeah.
Wouldn't think about the word tinsel being in scriptures. But
I'm going to say chimney. I don't think they had chimneys
I don't recall ever hearing it.
unless the tabernacle had a chimney.
Tabernacle at the chimney.
Oh, it's Christmas theme because of Santa coming down the chimney.
Da-da!
What's that chapter in the Bible about Santa?
It's in there, I think, isn't it?
I think so.
You know, it's funny. We both had that initial reaction on the word chimney, but I kind of feel like we should talk just for a second about tinsel.
What's your gut telling you?
My gut is telling me that it's a silly word to be in the Bible, but it's probably in there.
Define tinsel.
Well, tinsel to me is like, you know, I was telling you when I was a kid, when we had the Christmas tree in the living room.
Yeah.
Is that those string icicle things that they used to just throw up on trees?
Okay.
Do you know what that? Do they still do that ever?
I have no idea.
Noah.
He has missed out, hasn't he?
Yes, we're going to put a tree up now with tinsel on it. But that's what tinsel is to me.
Where would it be? Here, you got to think. So where would
In the living room by the window.
chimney versus tinsel? I think. Are we down to those two?
I think we're definitely down to those two.
Okay. So we got to think. Scan Old Testament, New Testament. If chimney or tinsel was in the Bible,
Okay.
just pick.
So y'all
Would it be
think
New Testament or Old Testament?
Star? You think star's in the Bible?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
In the beginning.
Ornament?
The bright morning star.
Yes.
Ornament?
I think ornament.
Ornament, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll
Because
have
they were
to.
real ritualistic back in those days.
Yeah.
It took a lot to get that word out. Oh, that's that neck peel. They're not going to have to slow this one down half speed here in a minute. So where would tinsel be in there, Noah? We need to rule that out if we're going to rule it out.
I think tinsel and ornament. Just in my mind, could be
Okay,
wrong.
gotcha. No.
There's a lot about the Bible. Like read the book of Exodus, Deuteronomy. Like there's a bunch about decoration. There's
Right.
a lot in there.
Pomp and circumstance.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that in those chapters that I usually try and gloss over, I'm sure there's a tinsel in there somewhere, but I can't think.
I'm sure there's a tinsel.
I can't think of a chimney.
You know,
Thinking about the architecture of that world, I can't think of a chimney.
I can't either, but they had to heat. They had to heat stuff, so they would have been building fires.
You ever been to the Middle East?
I have not. You been there?
I've not. What's the weather like in the Middle East, HG?
I'll tell you when I get back this year. Coal. I thought that would throw you too. Coal. That's in Kentucky. Oh, anyway, this is y'all.
Yeah, I know.
Coal's definitely in there.
It's definitely. Chimney. Chimney is an Audi.
I'm going chimneys and Audi.
Oh, we saying okay? We're together.
Y'all
Chimney's
together
an
on
Audi.
that?
Yes.
Well, that was a good try, but tinsel is not in the Bible.
Oh my gosh!
Tinsel
Really?
is not in the Bible. Chimney, star, coal, ornament.
Okay, where's chimney? Do you have the reference?
No, I didn't do
Uh-huh.
that.
I didn't do my research.
Busted.
I didn't do that much research.
So tinsel is not.
Tinsel was not in there. Yep.
So I had like a split gut reaction.
You
there.
I
did.
should have went with you.
That doesn't even sound
Well,
good.
no. It does
I need
not
to get him
sound
some
good.
tissue. He's got a split
Okay, so
gut.
we lost.
Dang.
It's a
I
loss.
don't think I've ever won at this. Am I?
Oh, I
couple
thought
of
you were
times?
2 for 2.
Yeah,
weren't you?
yeah.
No,
you-
because
No.
what was that crazy word you put out there?
Hootenanny.
Oh yeah, he went with hootenanny.
because he wanted it to be in there.
Yeah, I wanted it to be in there.
Okay, it doesn't matter. We now know that tinsel is not in the Bible.
Tinsel.
Let me read you a scripture, and you tell me if this is an Innie or an Audi.
Well, if it's scripture, it's by
Well, I mean,
by definition.
Is that the
you
Book
may-
of Mormon?
well,
or-
listen, in the early days of Innie or Audi, I would take a scripture and change it a little bit.
Oh yeah.
So
That's
this,
heresy.
This is going back to one of those. You know what? I never thought about that being heresy.
People been burned at the stake for.
Because it's the last thing it says is don't add to or take away from, isn't it?
Yeah. But you're questioning to see our
Yeah.
knowledge.
Oh yeah, it's a game.
You're good.
It's just a game.
It's fun-educational.
Is this scripture in the Bible? Verbatim. He will cover you with his feathers like a chick under a hen, and you will find refuge.
I don't think chick or hen is in there.
What?
I think you switched those. Something else.
You know, chickens come up a lot on this
It
program.
does.
Okay.
Insert chicken sound here.
Third chicken sound. Chick or hen?
Chick. Chick or hen?
Mm-hmm.
See, this is going to confuse the last me because we have talked about chickens.
We talk about chickens pretty regular on here for some
but
reason.
we know roosters in there.
Yeah, the rooster.
There's a rooster crowed, and chicks are in there.
We've come up with chickens several times.
Chicks are in there. Chicks are in there, right?
Well, this is your conversation.
But in the eagle that covers with their...
I mean, is an eagle
Well, no, the eagle's not. According to Mr. Gene, chickens eat eagles eat what is, chickens eat what was. I don't know what that means, but it's a Gene.
Sounds cool.
It's Mr. Gene.
Mr. Gene also says if he sees somebody like around church in the summer and they got real skinny legs, he'll waddle over to you and says, "Looks like he's riding a chicken."
Right. Right.
And then you got that in your head for a month.
A chick and a hen.
Is the
Yes.
question, are they...
Well, the
Are we supposed
question
to
is,
pick out what's not there?
it helps. Because I may have added or taken away or just not even changed anything.
I think my answer is going to be that chick and hen is not that verse. It's something else, but the rest of the verse is correct.
Well, then you would be saying it's an Audi because
Okay.
verbatim is what I'm looking for. Is that...
Yeah, Audi. I'm going to go Audi. But then again, I'm 0 for 4, so...
I mean, you might as well ride the crazy train. I don't think chick and hen are in there. I don't think it's.
Let me
read a
read
song.
to you. Let me
You're reading a
read to
song.
you.
Yes, read. So we're going Audi.
Watch this. This is how the old timers do it. They fold that Bible over and you can hold it with one hand like that when they're fixing to really pound you with something.
King James only.
Psalms 91 verse 4. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. Very good. Y'all won. You picked that right out of there. Chicken hen is nowhere in there.
Right.
Not in that one anyway.
Right.
Okay.
My first Innie or Audi win.
There you go. Good job, bud.
Congratulations. Okay. Well, let's take a break. Come back. Just say bye.
Oh, wow. What a great contestant and a fine sport today on Inny or Outty, America's almost favorite new game show. Study up, future guest people. You're next in the hot seat for Inny or Outty.
We're back to tell you bye. I don't know why we take that break right there at the end. And I mean, we're not selling anything during the break. Oh, no, there's an outro to the In Your Audi. I remember now. Who puts this together? Anyway, thanks for being with us again. Good talk in the middle of the program there today. It was quick, but it was very concise. I like those. I think we may be onto something.
Maybe.
Yes. Noah, good to have you back in here.
Yeah, anytime. I enjoy it.
Hope you come back.
I will be back.
You're kind of on the rotation now, so Noah and I were talking. We had a deacon ordination thing at our church.
You got to buzz yourself. Ordination.
Oh, ordination. That's a big word.
Yeah.
We hired on a couple new deacons.
We hired.
Anyway,
We just pay them. We pay them nothing.
he and myself and Israel were kind of in a wad together there, going through the line to
These are
lay
words that
hands
just
on somebody.
Ordination and wad.
But anyway, we got to talking about. I was telling Noah that we actually did Mike the Baptist on stage at the church one time and taped it. He said live. I said no, we can't trust this crew live
Yeah.
doing anything. But
Too
so
many
we need to do that
wardrobe
again.
malfunctions.
we need to start that up again. We talked about it and never got to it this year. So maybe after Christmas.
Oh yeah, definitely after Christmas.
Yeah, not before.
No.
So yes, we'll start that back up. So look for that, folks. If you're out of town, you want to drive in. Drive in. Kind of how that works. We'll help you find a hotel or something. But,
If you want to show up,
show up.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for being here, Noah. Always good. I like your mind. You have a very good mind on you. I think you're going to do very well in your church plant, as
I
they say.
appreciate that, brother.
I can see where people are going to respond well to you
That means a lot. I appreciate
because you're common.
That's what my wife tells me.
You're like HD. You're just kind of like common. But no, I think people are going to relate well to you, and you got a pretty good head on the shoulder.
Appreciate
So
that, brother. It means a lot.
don't ever let it get away from you. That's all I got to say. If you do, somebody will chop it off anyway. So
That's right.
anyway,
Hopefully.
HD,
Hey,
good to see you back.
good to be around here.
H came to the studio earlier today. I came into the
Took a
studio
nap.
and he was already there sleeping.
Yep. Eating my potato chips.
Yep, laying there, kind of
Quite-
snoozing around.
Quite the snackage.
Yes. Anyway, Thanks y'all for listening and watching, or whatever it was you did out there. We can't see you, so we don't know. We probably don't want to know anyway, but hope you come back next week. We'll be back. Remember, in the meantime, we're all just Christians.
Trying not to.
Cuss.
Got it. You're right on that cussing thing now.
I got it.
Okay, see you next time.
Mike the Baptist.